292 677666. You want a house? Link Claudia Davis, man. You want a piece of land? She are the real big woman. Miss Davis, she are the real big woman. With she, you coulda never go wrong with she. You can own house and a van through she. You can own acre land. Miss D are the real big woman. With she, you coulda never go wrong with she. You can own house and a van through she. You can own acre land. She tell me pre-smart, pre-better. Get your own damn place so you prefer every day. My wife if you sign up letter car. NHT them a real trendsetter. Plus me don't get a youth of a member. My son just on table in December. And she do construction too. She will build a house for you and you get it well rendered. Davis, she are the real big woman. With she you coulda never go wrong with she. You can own house and a van through she. You can own acre land. Miss D are the real big woman. With she you coulda never go wrong with she. You can own house and a van through she. You can own acre land. She now start it and left you there. Me and tell your brother, yes, she well prepared. And if you're meeting and no farmer bangarang, she give you lawyer, brother, clear your fear. She are the best RST agent. She help the need if you stop pay rent. They don't care about mind them, just give me strength by steel and gravel and black and cement. Now me house that I build up on the high. Me and save some me money gone up in the sky from. Maybe Claudia, me say me nah lie bang. Have money and me pocket never giant. Me swear for me life, say me son him have to fly so. Hypocrite pagan while we die. And you can't stop Claudia Davis, don't try. Every day another house gone. I Miss Davis, she are the real big woman. With she you coulda never go wrong with she. You can own house and a van through she. You can own acre land. Miss D are the real big woman. With she you coulda never go wrong with she. You can own house and a van through she. You can own acre land. Yeah man, you know it's Claudia Davis. Pick up yourself. That's a like, subscribe, and share. Claudia Davis can get your house anywhere. Just be prepared without no fear.
Hi, welcome everybody. I'm Claudia.
And I'm Tony.
Thank you so much for being here today on a Sunday. Tony, you have anything new? You have any taxi chronicles? Welcome everybody, welcome. So who is here today with us?
We have first was my Serenity.
Hi, Serenity.
And then we have Lorna saying good day. And then Annie is here and the Currency Walk. Claudette Sinclair also said good evening, and Andrew Crawford is here as well.
I have a hair in my eye.
And Dancehall Entertainment is just locked on. Hi Dancehall.
Hi everybody. Those of you returning, thank you so much for coming back this Sunday. Those of you just coming on, thank you so much for jumping on to live. Remember to tell your friends. Remember to share. That you can share it right now with your friends. Let them know that we're here, we're live. And of course, we're going to be talking to them about something that everybody needs to know. If you're a Jamaican, you really need to tune in, stay until the end, because we're going to go through today is what's happening in infrastructure in Jamaica. That's dear to us because you know that the Prime Minister were builders. So the Prime Minister gave himself that name. He says, I'm the builder. Yes, you can dream, dream, dream. Tell me what you're dreaming about. Oh, you want a swimming pool over there? Oh, you want a bridge over there? Oh, you want a highway there?
I'll build it.
I'll build it. That's what he says. So we need both though. We need the dreamers and we need the builders, right?
Mm-hmm.
So do you have anything else, Tony?
We have a quick question actually from my Serenity.
Okay.
How do homeowners verify contractors? Contractor received deposits and disappeared, or doesn't do what he was paid for?
That one is rough. But you know, it's just since this week I came up with a solution for that.
Yeah?
Yeah, just this week I came up with a solution. I said,
It's my turn to ask the question the right time.
yeah, you ask the right time. It's like the universe have that way to connect us round and round, you know, connect us together, you know. So yes, I'm gonna have a solution. I'm trying to get it sorted now, but everything is about trust. Somebody really should recommend the builder and manage the funds. What I do see some persons do is send the funds to their family members. Sometimes that also goes haywire, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or send the funds to a very good friend. Sometimes that also goes haywire. But the truth is, when it comes to your money, there's a saying that goes, don't rub butter in a pussy's mouth. What does that mean? What does it mean, guys? Somebody tell me what it means.
Don't rub butter in a pussy's mouth.
Yeah, tell me, guys. What does it mean? Don't rub butter in pussy's mouth. You must listen to the proverbs now. Listen to them. Nobody still answer?
No, I don't think I know what it means.
Is that?
I think we may have disconnected a bit, and it's coming back on. How do I keep disconnecting?
Why?
I wonder if I have too many channels open.
How many channels? Are you connected just to live and Facebook and Twitter? No, TikTok.
Yes, and that's 3 channels.
So what that mean? Come on, you use one of the best streaming platforms.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we're back now. Okay, go ahead. Don't rub butter in pussy's mouth. Miss Davis, what does that mean?
No.
Wickham says, don't let thieves handle your money.
Don't add fuel to fire. Or, in my analogy is, if this man is not worth 20 million, why you send a man 20 million to build a house? If it is misappropriated, lost, or for whatever reason, can you go after him to recover the funds? No, because he's a man of straw. Literally, guys.
Right.
Literally.
And even if he's able to work back the money in his labor, I mean, there's a material aspect to construction that he's not going to be able to recompense.
Right. So, leave well alone. You need to do some more due diligence on that. You know, I said I'm going to get back into construction. Construction take a whole heap out of me though, guys. But to manage construction projects, because I realize there's a serious gap, we're having a serious challenge
We have a volume issue again.
with persons.
Why is that?
But I'm seeing your thing going up and down.
Yeah, it's not the volume, it's the stream quality.
So that's the internet.
Yeah, but my internet signal says I'm good. I'm directly connected. See, my serenity says, are you answering my question? We can't hear you. Yes, we're actually trying to answer your question, my serenity.
Everybody, can you hear us? Give us a thumbs up if you can hear us. Thumbs down if you can't hear us.
It's coming in and out, because I can see the bar. See, they're hearing now, and that's showing that we're on.
Could that be your Netflix? Not Netflix, your Starlink.
That's shut.
So what is it? Is it your OBS?
Yeah, I think so what happened is that it's a two-way connection between OBS and the streaming platform, which is Restream, right? So OBS has to send data to Restream, and then Restream sends back data to OBS, which allows them to hear, allows to see, etc. And that includes video and sound, right? And when there's a drop between that connection, they either can't hear us or they can't see us.
So what causes a drop? Could it be the internet?
Losing
Losing signal.
Right, it could be the internet losing signal because it says your frame rates, right? See, it says I'm not hearing you now, are you on mute? And we're not on mute, you see? But this here tells me if I'm connected or not connected and if my frame rate is good. And it says screaming. It will say not connected if I'm not connecting properly, right? And this will drop to like 2 bars or orange or something like that.
So what's that in red highlighted there?
Where?
Here.
No, this is just showing that one of the channels disconnected, but I had deliberately turned that one off.
Which one was that?
That's me.
Okay. So, are they hearing us now?
No, they say they're not hearing us. They say we're not hearing you.
What's going on? Is it the mic?
It's not the microphone. Microphone is good. See, Lorna says some people are hearing because I'm not having any problems.
Could be the device that they're on.
The device? It shouldn't be the device.
Like they're using a headset or using a speaker. I have that challenge in my car sometimes when when it switches in between.
Yeah, but I don't think that's the issue with people there. I think most person are just watching all that TV.
So everybody was hearing thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up, so that we can continue. Give us a thumbs up. Yes, I can hear you. Yes, yes, yes. All right. So Dora put button and push mouth. You getting thumbs up?
Yeah, I got 3.
All right. Dora button and push mouth.
Because it will be eaten. If you put butter in a push mouth, it's going to be eaten. If you put money in a contractor's hands, it's going to be used and not necessarily for your purpose.
And if it is used, if you need to go after him through the courts or by whatever means, then he won't be able to pay back.
Yeah.
Because he's not of the value, right? He doesn't have, and some of you will give, you don't know their background, you don't know anything about them, you don't know where they live, you don't know anything at all. You understand? They're not showing up on YouTube library like me, where millions of persons don't know me. Millions. So literally, you can find me lost. Literally, you cry out and say, I don't see Claudia. Where's Claudia? Within seconds, if you put that up anywhere, somebody's gonna see me somewhere.
Yeah.
Right? So you have to be careful, but I have a solution. Hopefully I can get this done in another 2 weeks.
2 weeks? That's how quick the solution is?
You know,
I've been creating people for years.
These days you have to just think about it and it happens. Alright, so Building Wealth Live today. We're talking about Jamaica on a whole, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Jamaica on a whole, guys, is being rebuilt. So if you don't understand what's happening, do not miss this show.
We'll be right back.
Be right back. Don't go away.
Been away so long, now it's time to come back. Sun on your face and the breeze at your back. Come back home, make Jamaica yours. Pyramid Point, open up the doors. Call Claudia Davis, she'll take you through. 876-292-6776. She's got the home for you. Modern design where your dreams are found. Quartz on the counters, light shining bright. Gated community, safe every night. Infinity pool, gym, tennis court 2 minutes from the town, everything close to you. From beaches to shopping and vibes all day. With Claudia Davis, you know the way. Come back home, make Jamaica yours. Pyramid Point, open up the doors. Call Claudia Davis, she'll take you through. 876-292-6776. She's got the home for you.
Alright, welcome back everybody. Tony, let's get the show on the road. So what happened this week? We're looking at some current affairs. What happened this week? So the Prime Minister was at Galina this week. Galina is in St. Mary, for those of us you who don't know. So it's somewhere between Port Maria and I would say Boscott, no, I would say Galina, Arcabessa. Somewhere between Port Maria and Arcabessa. I know the area well because I actually went to the Hard Trust NTA school in Port Maria. I spent a year there actually doing level 3 construction. And I also know Arcabessa well because I went to Jacks River and did level 1 and 2 Hard Trust, same Hard Trust NTA. That's where I learned all of my construction. All right. Tony, I was lucky she went to Portmore. No, you didn't go to Portmore.
I went to Montego.
She went to Montego.
I went to Portmore.
I
wish.
She went to all the way to Montego Bay to Adelphi.
Yes.
And did plumbing. All right, so
it just shows that if there's a will,
there's a way.
Because I mean, look how far we went.
Yeah, Montego Bay and Port Maria. I actually enjoyed driving to Port Maria. The road was good. Everything was just nice, country, and everybody nice. I tell you, country people just nice. Plus, all the gentlemen who were in my class. I was the only girl. No, we had 2 girls actually. 2 girls were in the class. Myself and another young lady. I was one of the elders in the class, but we just flesh, blend, mesh. It was good, right?
What I do realize that persons who are from the rural parts of the island, they live a completely different life from people in Kingston.
Yeah, completely. So they're laid back. They're just nice.
No, and their challenges are different. Like I remember one of the young men. He said he traveled from Mandeville to come to Montego Bay every morning for class, right? Till eventually he was able to find a relative in Trelawney, so that he was just a little bit closer to come to. I mean, that's a different struggle right there, you know?
Right there.
Just to get to school for 8 o'clock.
Yes.
Imagine how much hours he's on the bus before he lands there, and then he has to do it in the reverse every evening.
Imagine what time we wake up, what time bed.
Yeah.
Don't forget that one. All right, so Prime Minister Dr. the Most Honorable Andrew Holness on Friday, that was Friday gone, April 24, broke ground for the 1.99 billion Galina housing development in St. Mary, which will deliver some 360 housing solutions spread across 72 acres of land near Port Maria and Arcabessa. The project, which is a partnership between the National Housing Trust and Henan Fifth Construction Group, Jamaica Limited, will comprise 1 and 2 bedroom detached units, as well as service lots. Prime Minister Holness said that the project is a deliberate and strategic investment in people, noting that it will provide secure home ownership for hundreds of Jamaicans, literally 360 guys. He said that the 360 solutions represented real families, young professionals, working parents, and aspiring homeowners who will move from uncertainty into security, from informality into ownership, and from vulnerability into stability. It reflects a clear understanding that housing is not just a social good, it is a central pillar of economic growth, community stability, and national resilience. Priced at 3.8 million for the service lots, Tony.
Everybody in the NH is supposed to be smiling right now.
Everybody in a Galina, you mean?
That too. Because NHT is based on location too.
Yeah. 3.8 million for the service lots, and between 8 million and 14 million for the units. Dr. Holness said that the solutions being provided will offer both quality and affordability. They will include modern fixtures, durable construction, and essential infrastructure for dignified living and functional communities. Dr. Holness noted that the Galina housing development is part of a larger coordinated national strategy to address the housing deficit in Jamaica. He said that the government has Honorable Robert Montague said that the project represents an investment in the parish. Tony, while I must stop here to this hand, we were actually doing a building that time at the so it's a Jacks River, so the community center, I think that's what it's called. Jacks River Community Center, that's where the class is. And it was a Sunday, he was coming from a funeral. And he stopped by. Such a
Well, he saw you guys working?
yes. I mean, when he came, stopped at the school, and was checking out what's going on. I'm saying he's such a hands-on minister. That his constituents, whichever constituency they put him in, will always just
feel his presence.
Yes, feel his presence and feel what he's doing in the community. It's the first, actually, at my age, it's the first I've actually been that close to a MP. Seriously, it's actually the first time I've been that close to an MP. All because I took up myself and went to the courts, right? So he said he noted that the ripple effect extends beyond housing construction to creating jobs, improving infrastructure, and boosting business. And he's correct. We have dreamed in this area for this housing development for a mighty long time. The dream is over. It is implementation time, says Mr. Montague. Yes, Mr. Montague, and I agree with you. NHT Chairman Linval Freeman in his remarks said that the project is an important addition, to the entity's ongoing work to expand housing across Jamaica, especially as it celebrates its 50th anniversary. He noted that the 1-bedroom, 2 bedrooms, and service lots options are deliberately designed to meet a range of needs. They give contributors the flexibility to choose what works best for them, whether they want a completed unit or they want to build something of their own. Whichever option they choose, NHT's mortgage financing support, as well as other subsidies such as home grants, are available to them. Importantly, he reminded us that the agency provides 100% financing for all NHT schemes. The demand for housing remains very high, and we are responding with greater urgency, stronger partnerships, and a clear focus on delivery. The Galina housing development is one more step in that effort, Mr. Freeman said. And ladies and gentlemen, yes, it is. I'm glad that the National Housing Trust have now started to realize that they are the ones who need to build in this price range. Not asking developers to do that, because the truth is we can't. We have to buy the land. Government have free land. Put it that way.
Free land.
Free land. Government also have free money.
Well.
Yeah, because my contribution, your contribution, plus it's being matched by the employer. So the government gets all that money every month free. So they have the land, they have the capital, and the capital cheap too, because I don't even think them pay me back no only for interest for my contribution refund. So no, so the capital low. When I go to the bank, I will pay some serious interest to get capital from the bank. So I am glad that the government of Jamaica, you have finally realized that stop fight with developers. Please, just go and do the houses at this price point.
Yeah.
That's what the housing trust was set up for. Just do that. Don't do nothing else, just do that.
Yeah, they just need focus.
Yeah. So that's how I kind of get it right now, Tony. But one of the things too, when I was at school, so Tony and I did a whole talk in my class about guys who are self-employed, register with National Housing Trust, register on the tax portal. We even went about an offer to register. How many persons did you register?
8?
You registered 8,
Oh, 8, yeah.
and only one followed through.
The lady.
The lady followed through. The lady followed through. The men did not. And I'm like, which is why, gentlemen, you're not progressing. Because you're not following through. And the truth is, if a man does have a good woman on him, man, he's not going anywhere. You realize?
I get that. I don't know, maybe just as I said that, but then in themselves, they don't have anything to live for, to strive for, to achieve. They don't think that when I turn 60, I might not have anywhere to live. Like, that's not thoughts that grown men have.
Wow. Yet women have that thought.
Yeah.
So where do men going to live? On that bullshit? Where are you going to live, guys? Where are you going to live? On that bullshit?
Maybe it's my woman will provide.
Yeah. So, some of you, I know some of you gentlemen who I went to class, you're probably listening to me today. You're supposed to be knocking yourself out now. Why didn't I listen to Miss Davis and follow through? You're registered, just go pay the money at the tax office. Huh? And all you have to do was do it for 1 year. You really think that when they call up persons now to apply for this, you either go have a ticket in this game or your ticket might be too young, so they're not going to call you.
Yeah.
Because if you only sign up for 1 year and you only show 1 year contributions, 360 hours, may have 20,000 applications.
Yeah.
How are you going to be called?
Norman says Jamaica should never be in this housing situation with an institution like NHT with a mountain load of money. The government housing policy is short-sighted.
Yes, it is. Shouldn't be. I guess because they were, I don't know, they just lose their focus, quite frankly.
They're distracted.
And you know, I am going to so deep dive into the housing that NHT have provided. I'm going to deep dive NHT, look out for it, into your financial reports and come and say this is what you'll do. Come on.
You can pull up the school report.
Yeah. Man, pull up on the school card on the account for the nonsense. All these years. Alright guys, so we'll tell you to stay tuned. That was your current affairs. And remember, if you want to be pre-approved, you have the map, mappHQ.com. Next week we'll take you through how you use that app. Very easy. We were the ones who built it. Still having some Kingston bugs.
Yeah, well, that's a part of
That's a part of
I mean, if you
application.
minimum viable product out, and then based on the feedback, you do improvements. I mean, those AIs that you use every day, every minute, they come with an update. So even those developers are still
They
working.
are still working. Like, he's supposed to bring out an update the other day and tell me to look for them. Just say, jeez, I'm another one. Come on, guys.
I know Claude said there's an update with all the new things you can do. Okay.
Okay. All right, Tony. So, where are we at now?
We are going to be looking at the developments that the government has been doing.
So, the government of Jamaica, do you have the map there?
You know, we show them out first.
Yes, the government of Jamaica. Them really get bold, you know. So, I guess, I don't know who's driving this. I want to believe it's a private stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He seems to have come into his own as a builder. Matter of fact, he seems to have taken it on and said, yes, I just want to be the builder. I just want to build things. Just go through and build. If it mash up, so when the hurricane come and mash it up, but I don't know piece patchwork. We are going to build this thing properly once and for all.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Let me see if I can show them the map real quick.
So the budget speech for this year was very comprehensive in terms of what is being built. So if you notice on the map that Tony is showing you right now, that map, look at it. Every parish look like it about pinning it to show that something will be happening. So Tony, you're gonna try and get that onto my ClaudiaDavisJM.com website.
Okay.
And you'll probably put it in the link so they can see it as well in the show links.
All right.
So she put it there. All right, everybody. So to do this, I jump on my AI. I tell you, so the AI body. And I actually built a tracker. It's actually called Jamaica Infrastructure Tracker. So I'm going to go through with you what's happening first, what is happening. So if you notice, you can search. Tony, you're interactive online?
Yeah. Come in. You can go on top.
So, but what I'm saying, you need to click. You're trying to get onto live to see if you're seeing what you're seeing.
Yeah.
Everybody, are you seeing our tracker? You should be able to. So Jamaica Infrastructure Tracker, that's what it's called. We're going to click in the URL because we will add things from time to time. So you want to,
Trying to make sure they can see the full program.
when you are, will they be able to download this URL as well?
That I'm not certain of.
Because we're just learning it. So the URL will be there, I think so.
See everything up here.
Once we update it, you should see the update. You may not be notified of the update, but if you keep going back to it, you'll see what's happening.
Alright, they can see everything now.
Alright, so I deep dive into, so I went on the Prime Minister's website and I saw his budget speeches from 2023, 24, 25, and 26. And I decided to go in and look at all the things that he said should have been happening in developments, right? And I decided to, so I summarized it for you. So there are 21 government projects, 4 completed already, 12 in progress, 5 planned. This thing that has 5 developments, those are our developments. You know, I just have to plug it right here, Tony. And I made sure to put the developments at the
How do
top.
I get your screen though?
You're on my screen. Oh, you know,
Like that.
like home.
Oh, you clicked only 2023.
Yeah,
Okay, so that's what I need to do. Okay.
right.
This was for 2023.
Yeah, okay. So that's for 2023. So click on. So all the projects between 2023 to 2026, I wasn't able to get before that because his budget thing wasn't there for some reason, or maybe it's archived and I don't know where to look. But 69 government projects, 8 completed already. That's between this period that we're talking about. 25 in progress and 36 planned, and I have 5 developments, right, going on. Now, so if you want, how it works, how this tracker works, so suppose you want to know what's happening in 2024, click on 2024, and it will change to 2024, the year 2024. If you want to know, if you want to know what's completed, you click completed for 2024. It's telling me right now, Reynolds Pier Aggregate Export Operations confirmed is completed. That's the Reynolds Pier saying and confirmed as functioning regional aggregate export hub, referenced as a model for proposed St. Thomas Port. So we're going to go through, because in St. Thomas they are going to put a port. But let us go to 2026, and I only want to look at government projects. All government projects for 2026, which is the current budget that came out. So let's look at Portland first, my favorite parish. Portland is the Port Antonio Bypass, which is an $81 million project, is in progress. Phase 1 starts at Norwich. Yay, yay, yay. You know we have a project, Eco-State Development, of a project at Norwich. Come Tony, yay, yay, yay. We are aiming to get out there by next month. Still signing up some paperwork. Whoa. I tell you, we sign more paperwork. The paperwork takes longer than building the place. How is that possible?
Because plan is important.
Jeez.
What did you just stop you?
Alright, yes, Tony, I hear you. So there's a Port Antonio master plan as well. They're going to put in cruise terminal, promenade, and hotels. New cruise terminal at East Harbor, high-end hotels on Folly Lands, a pedestrian promenade connecting East and West Harbors, public park, cricket grounds into sports amphitheater. Ladies and gentlemen, they're planning that now. Brownbrook Urban Center is 40% complete, and that is in progress. So that is an integrated commercial hub which will combine your public and your private companies. So it's based on the Montego Bay model that came in. So you know Montego Bay have the government buildings and the famous KFCs also there.
Where's that?
That's in Montego Bay. Morant Bay, to be not Montego Bay. That's in Morant Bay, St. Thomas.
Oh, I don't think I've been there.
No,
since
we
I've
haven't been there yet. No, we haven't been there yet. But we're gonna get out there because we have to get out to St. Thomas. So I tell you about Portland, and remember I tell you this is just for 2026 what he said in the budget speech, what's happening going forward, right? St. Thomas, yes. Next, I need to look at St. Thomas. So they have mixed use port aggregate export coming. Kingston Port disaster backup. The site is near Yallas. Yallas. We actually saw some farmland out in Yallas. 4 pieces of farmland to be exact. Told you we shouldn't buy one now. Coastal depth, quarry access, new highway connection. So this port is an aggregate for aggregate export. Apparently there are some countries that don't have gravel, sand, and these things like us. You see how we're blessed? So they have to ship them out. Can you imagine you put stone on a container? You put in sand and gravel on a ship to go to a country? Me can't even imagine that. But that's what this port is going to be about.
I guess in some countries, if you dig up all of that, you basically dig up the country.
Man. And this is a similar port that is in, they said this is a similar one that's out in St. Anna thing. Right. So St. Thomas is getting that this year. Clarendon will have the Vernon Field Aerodrome. Remember Vernon Field, I'm going to drag race and I use a good runway for the drag race and foolishness.
Really?
Yeah. We could have had some jumbo jet on it. Oh, you know that. So.
And it's going to be able to accept wide body jets.
Yeah. So I guess.
Is it World War II? Really? That's what he's saying?
What? You see how long did it about?
Wow.
It was built that time. So this one is this is a backup for Norman Manley and Sangsters. Because when I was listening to the speech, he said that Norman Manley and Sangsters are at sea level.
Mm-hmm.
So the slightest hurricane is that place covered and flood out.
But we've known this since the inception of those
But
places.
now you have the builder.
Oh.
Knowing it, dreaming about the solution, and doing it at 3 different teams. They need 3 different people. Because everything is not in one somebody's brain. Alright?
So I'm trying to think, when it first was decided where to put the airport, nobody was thinking about sea levels at that point. Basically, it was too far away.
Yeah.
Stopped.
Yeah. So we're going to get that Vernon Field is now going to be an airport and JDF Air and Cyber Command base. So JDF, I guess, will be out there and they will control that.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have the Longville Meadows, major NHD development. It started? Oh, it's in progress. I mean, it started, but only when we've been out here. Did they do the groundbreaking? I don't remember that. I need to search for that.
This is what they're doing in conjunction with
With Core, yeah. Major NHD development commenced. Part of 2,800. It's even bigger than the one with Galina. 2,800 unit combined.
But this sounds more like what they should be doing. Because I mean,
Yeah.
I think government should be doing developments in 100.
In hundreds. We're doing it in thousands.
Yeah.
Come on. Back that up and start. Manchester. So Manchester, you're also getting a new state park for health, wellness, recreation, NHD 50th anniversary commitment.
NHD State Park, so like Emancipation Park in Kingston.
I guess something like that. It's the NHD 50th anniversary and need to come on these things. But this is planned, guys. This is in planning stage, not here yet.
Okay.
So when you say progress, mean it start. When you say plan, mean them still a think about it. When you say complete, it mean them do it and it done. Alright, St. Catherine, next one of my favorite places. So you have the Westland project, which is an 80 million Kingston port expansion. Adds 15 hectares to Kingston Freeport Terminal, 25% cargo capacity already on the way. That sounds like somewhere near Port Moore. That area there, that's not Kingston, that's St. Catherine. Right. Greater into development, yeah. NHT to master plan, so this is a plan one. NHT, named as the next large-scale master plan community after Bernard Lodge. So Bernard Lodge, guys, so we have reason now to be in Port Moore. Up to last night, we came in from Port Moore back to Kingston. You know, we have trouble, we have to go to Jamaica. Man, the place look pretty at night, you know. Especially when you touch Jamaica, we call it the New Kingston area, Port Moore.
Where is that area exactly?
Port Moore Pines, the wine, the road, the progressive big one, build a big plaza. Everybody that know your friend. The Chinese put up a fabulous plaza. From your city plaza, you know, say a feed them one. Chinese, this, that, they all go on the plaza. Light, fit, kill, a muscle. I don't know use doing it. But the mayor of Port Moore, I would love for you to put some cat eyes. I drove out in the night. When we hit down the Holden Road, there was no light.
Yeah, but not even kind of Holden Far Road. We were on the other section too, and there was no light.
There's
what's that, 7 East?
Yeah, so from Pathfinder go to the roundabout. Where's the light, people? You need to even mark the road and put some cat eyes in the road.
Yeah.
Come on, all of you that, and then I dig up, they're digging up. Listen here, Brayton Road. They're digging up Brayton Road, so that's why I have to turn off. And that's when I realized, where is the street lights? Come here, whoever is the mayor of Port Moore, at least mark the road and put some cat eyes in the road. If we can't do the street light thing yet, do that for us. We
And
used
they
to
want city status, they need lights.
Yeah. One vote
What
on
makes
us.
it set up is lights.
Yeah. One to 20. When we hit the highway, after the Port Moore, they got the highway. I mean, touchdown on 3 miles there, so with the bridge. Come up, Hagley Park, it's a difference. Chalk to cheese.
I know, straight up.
Straight up, the whole of Kingston light up, and I'm like, this is development. I love it. Support more. Yes, you're coming behind us. Montego Bay well lit too. Yes, you want the city status. You have to do some things now. And one of the basic ones is lights. Electricity. I don't see how you're missing out on that.
I guess it will come because, like you said, the roads
No, but the road they were depend.
exist long time.
Exists long time without light. Not even get us. Come forward. Yeah, that is tell people about that. Alright, so St. Catherine, a STEM school. Bernard Lodge, no doubt. Totally.
They said they're going to break ground this year.
They're planning it. First of 2 STEM schools breaking ground 2026, early childhood straight through to secondary. Next one will be somewhere else, not so sure. Maybe it's in my notes. But the STEM school is coming. Look out for that, beautiful. They're trying to change up some education systems and we're doing things now. So they're building these special schools, alright? Marcus Garvey driver alignment, do not talk about this long time and it's still not planning. There was a housing scheme on
It was a realignment already? Or is that not a realignment?
Tony, there's a housing scheme on Spanish Town Road that I was gonna buy into. The people must sell 1 bedroom for 5 million, I think it was at the time. And I go around there and I said, geez, I'm gonna like the entrance here. The entrance here. And the man said to me, no, we're going to entrance. Because they're gonna realign Marcus Garvey Drive and the entrance will be around that side. So I said, yeah, that would, but no, Jesus. So they still have land these days? Tinsel Pen Logistics Corridor. Tinsel Pen Lands Incorporated into expanding. So Tinsel Pen is no longer. Tinsel Pen is where the small airplanes used to land. So they've taken back that land from them now.
Which is what I thought was the realignment.
Yes, it is a realignment. So they're going to move move the road across further into Ashanai Road side, put it that way, so that the port can now be part of that road, that whole thing. So that realignment is happening. Says automobile logistics already operational. I don't know what that means. All right. Don't go away. Gonna take the break here. Do not go away. Kingston and St. Andrew. Why I never know them could have done nothing as a Kingston and St. Andrew till I hear the Prime Minister said them going to build a new Kingston Public Hospital. KPH. Yes, big up for that one. But
Have you been to KPH?
I have been there to support someone who had kidney problems.
Okay.
Like pick up the report from the place, carry there, that kind of thing, right? So I've been there for that. Never like that place. Place is awful, guys. No, yes, we need a modern hospital, and I'm glad that the government have thought about it.
I hope it's going to be like the experience you were told about in
China. I hope so. Really modernize it, guys.
I
Blow
hope
it out of
as you do the things, so just the doctors have the information.
Yeah, just blow it, guys. Don't hold back with this one. Blow this out of the park.
Because I think
Go to China and experience their hospital and come back and implement it here.
I think the worst part about being ill is waiting for information to tell you what's wrong and what the plan is to get you better.
Yes, and you guys are taking 3 weeks to do that.
Yeah.
Shouldn't we? Should be instant.
Waiting.
Why I'm saying that, circle, still in planning. Circle, still in planning. So they want to put a parliament there, key ministries, agencies in single purpose built campus, catalyst for downtown Kingston, regeneration and adjacent mixed use commercial and residential. But kind of 2 miles now on here.
Why? You don't have a government campus?
First of all, in Children's Hospital, you see where Children's Hospital is?
Yeah.
They should have taken some of the land from JDF and put KPH there. Kingston Public Hospital and the Children's Hospital should be in close proximity, not miles from each other.
They're going to be like maybe what? 3 miles from each other now if they move it?
Tony, we need to take out, I thought I said this last time. We need to, I don't know. I'm just thinking that you talk about acquisition of land. The Jamaica Defense Force should have small up themselves. or totally leave the area, quite frankly.
I think the
Put
Jamaica
them somewhere
Defense
else.
Force needs to be near the sea.
Near the sea,
Yeah.
I don't know. But I think the lands that the JDF is on,
Yeah,
needs to be
they need to be near the
repurposed.
sea, they're going to war, whatever, they need to be able to leave.
To leave quickly.
Quickly.
Yeah, them should have run and feel the whole thing. But
I heard they take over the airport when they move.
yeah, I think the JDF took up a lot of space. That's just. But KPH, that's where KPH should go. Also, the library, I think, takes up a lot of space that just don't make sense right now.
But the library's not on that much land.
No, it's not. But that library should be repurposed as a mini STEM school too. It can be.
Or better yet, it's actually attached to the little theater.
Theater, which can be expanded.
Right.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But
I mean, the little theater is little. Have you tried going there and trying
oh
it?
my gosh, it's horrible. So, I don't know. And you say when I acquire land to KPH, I think you have a whole heap of land down, but you don't need to go buy no land. Save some of the money and move, make JDF small up themselves.
Yeah.
And too much idle land, quite frankly. So, that's just my 2 cents, guys. I mean, government will do what they want to do. But the National Hero Circle now, so let us say we don't put the government campus, the parliament, the list there, so. And you put the parliament and the whole thing at, you can still put it up at JDF, and you can still move the KPH nearer to the children's hospital. Build the thing properly, right? Because you have the land here.
I agree to an extent. I can see the need for the KPH to be closer.
Yeah, closer to the children's hospital.
Because, I mean, you have beauty of the road, but it's still not it.
No.
Right? And then,
No, you is not a children's hospital.
yeah, it's not. And then I can obviously see the need to have the government places closer. And some of them are already on that circle there already. So it makes sense to put others in the circle.
In the circle.
Yeah.
And also, we have to consider the maternity hospital, which is a Jubilee hospital. I've here heard horror stories of women in labor climbing how much stairs to reach upstairs. I hope that is not so. Like still when the electricity, the elevator not working, right? So in realigning all of that, we really need to take that into consideration as well. So literally, you could have put the 3 hospitals in one place.
You know, it's funny you should say that, but honestly, when I went in for my surgery, I wasn't in the maternity ward, but we were sharing basically the same space, right? And on the day they were to discharge me, the nurse was like, you have to be in a wheelchair, and we have to push you out to the car. I'm like, but for the past 2 days, you've been telling me to walk around. So why do I need to be in a wheelchair now?
No, yeah.
Anyway, we go, she pushes me to the elevator, and the elevator is not working.
Oh,
I ended up having to walk down the stairs to the car. It was like, you know what? So funny.
So funny, guys. Not funny to me. Imagine the poor baby mother.
I know, right?
Come on, guys. We're better than that. So, the campus. So, I want to say this because when I look at the Heroes Park circle here, that I think we're missing an opportunity to make that into a modern sports facility where all the schools.
Sounds like a major issue this week.
We need to figure out why this is. Could you have broken cars or something tripping in and out? Or is it sound back? No. You think down there not back? What's supposed to be down there?
No, it's there. It's green. So technically we should have sound. But what I think is happening is that when we go off for line for a second, like there's a disconnection. If persons don't refresh their page, they're going to continue with the new song even though we are back.
Are we back now?
We are back.
Did you
According
see?
to this,
Did
yeah,
you
see?
see?
That's what says it's
We're back. Okay. All right, everybody. So if we lose the sound, refresh so that you can get back. So I was saying, sorry about that. I was saying that hero circle, my vision for it would have been a massive sports complex. All the schools in the area. So you have your football fields, you have your lawn tennis courts, your big swimming pool. Just think of all the sports facilities that the schools in the area don't have. You have Kingston Cedar on the road. Yes, Woolman's may have them things and maybe where's on the road you have.
There's Haiti as well.
You have Kingston Tech that don't have, there's nothing. Yeah, K-Tech, as a matter of fact, is the big old prison wall, the KT where I don't even know. Come on, guys. And there's no sports facilities, is there? So the campus is too small. So I'm saying that hero circle should really have been used for something like that. And the schools share it, right? Share the facilities. Sports, is one of the things that Jamaicans are good at.
And we need to. It's one of those avenues out of poverty in Jamaica.
Well, I wouldn't probably say about poverty, but it's one of those things where these kids are overactive kids, the kids who really can jump up and down and run and fly hoop and lick tennis ball and whatever. We don't have that in the basic schools and the primary schools. All those primary schools and basic schools around in the hero circle, that's what that hero circle should have been built for. Take them there 2 times per week or even every day just to participate. Use the pool, use the tennis courts, use the cricket field, everything, play chess, play this, play that. That's what.
And it's a shared.
And it's a shared, yes,
Operated by the government.
operated by the government. It's a shared facility so that you literally, if you have that there, you extend the physical space of the schools.
Because I know you're saying this, because obviously this does not exist, and the land is right here. If the government does move all the ministries and whatever to your circle, what happened to all those buildings that they already own that host these ministries?
Well, the Parliament building, that just needs to lick now. Those are small spaces, right? So yes, they do need to move. I agree. But I just think that hero circle will better serve the people by building it out so that the people use it. The children and adults can use the space instead of all these Parliament buildings, ministry of this, ministry of that. I was on what the ministry had to go the other day, downtown.
I want to say current affairs.
The ministry in the current affairs. Right in the deep corners. This big old building up there, so
What are
we
you
are.
talking about? That means you know.
If you give me 100 steps for climb.
Oh, it's by the sea. You know where you have to climb the steps.
But
You don't want to flood up.
I'm saying, where is the stair lift? Where is the escalator? Where is the elevator?
Well,
The
if
elevator
you have
upstairs.
good reason to go to a ministry building in the middle of the week, your food better be working. Because
I'm not, this big building with nobody in it. I'm like, jeez, what a waste of money. That could have probably gone to the Parliament building. But guys, I think the hero circle seriously would better serve the Jamaican people if you put the sports facility there. Something grander than Emancipation Park. Something actually with not just a walking trail, but actual things that we can use.
see, I wasn't far off. Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
The way you said.
Current affairs. I wasn't too far off.
Alright, so they're gonna do an NHT State Park where the new public state park in tradition of Emancipation Park, NHT 50th anniversary coming. They haven't said where that is yet. That's gonna be planned.
It says in Kingston and St. Andrews.
Yeah, but that should and you going to something like an Emancipation Park again? No, man, need something grander than that. All Emancipation Park is a grand place for entertainment. For people go up on stage and sit down and watch them. Or you go walking around in the park. Or some people at weddings come take pictures and so on. Or they
No,
know
we have
about
lots of places in St. Andrews to do that.
exactly.
Yeah, they're going also the road.
You have Hope Gardens, you have all those places.
Also the road.
You need to do more than that Emancipation Park model. Maybe that did sound good to them way back whenever, you know. But that doesn't sound good to me now. This is
Well, they
this is
said
setting.
in the tradition of Emancipation Park, so
I
that
don't want-
suggests that there's going to be room for improvements.
They better 10x it. Don't come with that rubbish. Alright? So we need some more than that Emancipation Park. And I think you're missing an opportunity to use and to think that that same hero circle is surrounded by so many communities. So many communities that could use the sports facility. Come on, man. Minister Bridge, Honorable Prime Minister, rethink on. Alright, watch out the parish next. Oh, one of my other favorite parish, and that's St. Anne. North-South highway expansion, we know about this plan to Discovery Lane. toll high-speed highway from Miami Bay Interchange to Discovery Bay. Feasibility studies being completed for 2026. So yes, we know there's supposed to be an interchange from Miami Bay all the way to Discovery Bay, and of course you will have exits some places. So they're building that before they do the expansion and the upgrading of the original road, so that you'll have somewhere to drive and while them doing that, right? The stretch have a lot of tourism going on and so on, so they can't afford to disrupt that road, giving them an alternate. Then we have you have Miami Bay going west to Discovery Bay, and then you have Miami Bay going east to Tower Isle. So that's the second leg from Miami Bay to Tower Isle. Ultra-rails corridor benefits from the Miami Bay exchange. Yes, so the ultra-rails will definitely benefit. What I don't see is some people are going to lose their land because that bypass that they built is so narrow now. Bypass to the town.
Yeah.
They're going to widen that. Some people are losing land, either that or going to overpass. I don't know. But see, they must figure that out. Alright, so we're going to the break now, guys. When we come back, we look at Saint. We'll continue looking at Saint Anne, it looks like. Expanding, going west to Discovery Bay and east to Tower Isle. Then you do have, they're going to upgrade the existing North Coast Highway. So what you drive on now, they're going to do that, dualize some sections. So you have dual carriageway. Now you have single lane. So we have dual single way both sides. So then we have dual carriageway both sides. 2 lane, 2 lane. And that's going to happen after they have done the new highway. Okay. They can't do both at the same time. Then there's a STEM school also going at Maynard, St. Anne. Don't know where Maynard is, I need to find that out.
No, yes we do. It's heading to Brownstone. We passed it this last week.
Oh yeah.
We passed
it. Okay, so where's
Maynard States.
Oh yeah. On the right side. Oh my gosh, I know where it is. Yes, it's right. So you have Camelot Village, and then you go up, going up to Brownstone right there. But I tell you, Tony, you get so lucky. But also our Riverstead right there.
Right there.
Going up to Brownstone. How could we have gotten so lucky?
Is it breaking ground in 2026?
Who?
For the STEM school.
Yes, it's planned. But it shouldn't take them long to break ground on a school. It's just designed to already have the land apparently. They know where it's going. Or the child is
especially if it's the Chinese buildings, that's gonna be they put a building so
fast. Quick and fast. St. Mary. I'm telling you, the Prime Minister touch every parish, every parish. So guys, make sure so when the crane them go up and the crane come down, make sure so you don't get left behind. So St. Mary, North-South Highway Extension, yes, east towards Tower Isle. That's what St. Mary is getting for this year to next year. Remember, we're only looking at 2026. St. James, Montego Bay, Freeport Peninsula mixed-use development. So what are they going to do? The BPO industry is relocating along the perimeter road. The new perimeter road that they're putting in around Montego Bay, where you bypass Montego Bay. You know that's going to open up some land. So they're thinking, those people in the BPO industry, move them from off and where them is now. Because they're at prime waterfront, which is landmark for commercial, retail, residential. So the Prime Minister is looking at something, he's comparing it to Miami, Bricknell. I've never been to the States, so I don't even know what that looks like, but it must be something fabulous, like he's saying. he wants to pattern this area like Bricknell in Miami. He also wants to put a National Performing Arts Theater as well down there so that you can go and have a fabulous experience going to theater. He even mentioned something about the Broadway people. Because I used to hold speech on the Facebook, come in and bring their performing arts here.
You mean like overseas?
Yes.
It makes more sense for sure. Because I do like watching Broadway, but usually I just watch a taped version of a Broadway show.
Okay.
Because I don't have access to Broadway shows here.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be a nice experience if I would actually get to go to see.
You're not bad to get first.
Yeah, I'm glad to I'm going to see.
Alright, so Freeport, and I see a note here that says Freeport adjacent land buy before plans are gazetted. Freeport adjacent land for the world. Coastal leisure corridor. So the Freeport to Hip Strip. And all of these are planned, guys. The entire coastline unified into pedestal world-class leisure, entertainment and shopping corridor.
So they remove the driving aspect?
Well, it says the entire coastline will be unified into pedestrianized world. So I guess from Harmony Beach Park,
Go right,
go
go.
right, the whole stretch come round. But you know the back road, the bottom road now is like that. You walk, you go into restaurants and hotels and da. And he says river training works, Montego Bay flood defense. A major investment to contain Montego Bay rivers and protect Catherine Hall, West Green and
Yeah, that's needed because of what happened in the last hurricane.
necessary. But I really think that happened because of the construction. That they were doing.
That has it in the plans.
Yeah. Hanover. I found Hanover such a disappointment. When I went to Tropics, it was actually one of the, I think it was the first time I had to drive through. No.
No.
We stayed at a hotel.
We went there when he won the election.
Yes, and we were at, was it a Rio or
We weren't there at no hotel. We drove through there the day after he won the election.
but we were coming back from somewhere. Where were we coming back from? Or were we doing one of our tours?
We were doing one of our own
Jamaica tours. And man, we were stuck.
And that was not the last election, that was the election
Before we were stuck in Lucy. Hours, gridlock,
I know, people just celebrating his win.
celebrating the win, and stop and just celebrate myself. Never had a choice. So, Hopewell. So there's been a Hopewell and Lucy bypass. Thank God for that. Yeah. Full corridor redesign runs from Long Hill Bypass St. James westward through Hopewell and Lucy, 3 kilometers south of the coastal road. So therefore, that's going to unlock the entire waterfront as prime resort land. Tony will find some land right now. Hopewell and Lucy. The Lucy Harbor Premium Marina development is also coming. That's where you're going to have deep natural shelter harbor development as premium boating destination for the Montego Bay Neighborhood Resort there. So the rich and famous who have them boats will come and dock and do them thing and sail again. So it's going to be a whole boating thing. So imagine you have boat shows and all these things. So position yourself. And you have a new Lucy Town Center. They're planning it. Inland Town Center consideration once the bypass is complete.
So our audio is dropping
And
again.
this storm vulnerability to that back. Well, Tony, we need an engineer to figure out why we're losing this.
Yeah, no, it says we're completely offline. See, it says everybody's offline here. Connect them. Open. We're back on.
Everybody's up.
All the platforms are back on. Yeah.
That's it. What's at the bottom?
That's how I do it. That's all.
So I can go back to Lucy.
Yeah.
So they're planning a new town center for Lucy. Let's hope that comes through. Alright. Let's jump into the break and then we will finish up.
You check email versus see what's going on. Can everyone hear us now?
We need an engineer.
Not hearing us yet. I sent them a text to see if we're in that. What part should we next? What's on?
What's fun? Are we back home from the break?
Lauren says she can hear.
Thumbs up everybody if you're hearing us.
Some are saying they can hear us, but it's not clear.
My mic keeps changing color. Is that an indication of anything?
No, this is a design feature. That is just design.
But you don't have audio on this mic. We need to wear a lapel mic, so
Okay.
because it can accommodate two mics, right?
What?
The system. So if one mic goes down, you still have the other mic in play.
Yeah. I don't think I have one both at the same time, but we can try.
You need to study the system. Yeah, wing it right now, Miss Dietrich.
It says there's a little noise in the background. Let me see. It said there's a noise like a fan in the background. All right, I think I can fix that. Let me do something. I think I can fix that.
Do you know which one it is?
Yeah, I think I do. I think I do. All right, yeah. See, somebody says perfect. No, much clearer. No. All right, I think I fixed that issue. Just remind me when I go to slides, I fix something else again on that.
Are you ready now?
Yeah, go ahead.
That was 5 minutes of precious airtime, Tony. Who been pay for that? You have no sponsor. All right, so I'm seeing a note here for Westmoreland. 50% property tax transfer reduction. Property tax is 2% now of the purchase price or the value, whichever is greater. So the government is saying they're only charging you 1%, so now is the time to buy Westmoreland. And this includes Hanover, Trelawney, St. Elizabeth. Your transaction cost is now half, your 2%. Good move by the government. All right, now I'm into St. Elizabeth. So St. Elizabeth, Black River, full climate resilient development. You're going to have a new inland civic core. So they're moving the hospital, the courthouse, the market, the schools inland. And they're going to try and build layered coastal defense, boardwalk, waterfront tourism corridor. That's being planned. So Black River, We learn our lesson from Hurricane Melissa. We're gonna bring all those buildings inland. They're also planning a world-class ecotourism site on Font Hill Wetlands. I'm not sure where that is. I'm struggling. Where is that? Anybody knows where Font Hill is? Tell me, I'm gonna go buy a place right beside it. Then you're having Friendship Phase 2, major NHD development, part of the 2,800 combined units that they're doing along with Longville. So between Longville Park in Clarendon and the Friendship Phase 2, there will be 2,800 units. Again, 50% transfer tax applies. So now the last one we're looking at is Trelawney. So Trelawney have some things going on before in previous years, but they're looking now. Again, Hurricane Melissa is driving this, the dragline canal as the boundary north. So the north of the dragline will have a tourism heritage cruise, and the south will be the new inland hospital and modern urban center. So it's like they're splitting Falmouth in the middle. On one side will be X and on the other side will be Y. The Falmouth Hospital is also going to be relocated inland. So the hospital will be moved away from flood zone with direct North Coast Highway access. Wow, they're bringing up right up to the front, Tony. Fully operational when disasters strike. Is that a temporary hospital? They're going to build that. Trelawney Multipurpose Stadium, sports, tourism. Now they're bringing this at Florence Hall. Where?
It's not already there? Where's the stadium now?
That's the stadium. What class sports training, major events, sports tourism, Trelawney. So you're giving us a multi-purpose stadium, I guess similar to National Stadium in Kingston. You're putting that on the Trelawney site where there's an existing stadium there.
Oh, you think they're just gonna improve it?
I think so, most. It's right on the highway.
The one that's there now is multi-purpose?
I think it's just a track, if I'm correct. I'm not sure.
Okay.
That thing of grass, overgrown thing. They don't even use
Don't
it.
they used to have like some big party there?
I don't know. They don't use it.
Is that where Jazz and Blues Festival used to be kept?
I don't know. I don't know.
I can't recall.
But they're going to build world-class sports training there.
Makes sense.
Makes sense. But you need to put one at Euro Circle too. Put one at Euro Circle too. Have a whole heap of potential in a St. Andrew and St. Catherine and St. Thomas. All of them schools can use that, man.
Mm-hmm.
But don't
but
have
the
that
country schools are on big lands.
Yeah. All right, we're going to the break. Go to the break. Tony.
Break.
What's next? Not sure.
Next, you're gonna talk about map. You ready to talk about it?
I'm ready to talk about map.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I spoke about map earlier. MAPP map. All right, you talk about map.
All right, welcome back, everyone. What you're looking at is our map, which is our, what do you call it, a mortgage hub. It allows buyers to create a username and password, log in, and start the mortgage pre-approval process by choosing a mortgage officer to work with, sending them the relevant documentation that you need to get pre-approved. And the mortgage officer look at your documents, make an assessment, and produce a mortgage pre-approval letter that you can now use to start looking at homes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what we've done is created a online portal that you can now put all your information one place, communicate with the mortgage officer one place, and get back the relevant feedback you need.
Mm-hmm. All in quick. instead of wasting time. So
Yes.
jump on it. Do your application. You can choose either myself or Tony as a rep. Tony as your sales rep. Are you on it as a sales rep yet?
Yes.
Tony and myself or one of the other agents that you see there.
Mm-hmm.
And there are about 5 mortgage officers on.
Yeah, about 5.
About 5 mortgage officers on. We're bringing them on one. As we go through, we'll put on more. But for now, you can use those mortgage officers to get pre-approved for a loan.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so all of what we told you, if Tony scrolls back to the top, you will notice that we were looking at government projects only for 2026. And of that, there are 36 of them, none of them completed yet. But 6 of them in progress already, the rest are being planned, all right? Now, if we go to, let's go to 2023. So I'm looking at it, 2023 seems to have pushed out. I want to look at all. So 69 projects in all between 2023 and 2026. We've only completed 8. And we completed 4 in 2023, 1 in 2024, 2 in 2025, none in 2026 yet, but 2026 is early. But we need to move quickly with completing. Now, I want to look at all projects that are in progress right now. All projects that are in progress right now. So, in progress right now, we have the South Coast Highway, Harborview to Port Antonio. You know, I would say that's finished, isn't it? That's the one from Harborview, St. Thomas, going all the way to Portland. I think that road is complete, actually. It's drivable, everything. The Port Antonio bypass, that's now in progress. Work is supposed to start this same month here. I haven't been out there, so I'm not sure if it has started. But I do know that the list came out of the persons whose properties who they will be taking a piece of or all of to get that done. That's right at Norwich. What I don't know is if they're starting at Norwich or they're starting at the other end. I haven't been out there yet. So the Port Antonio bypass, 81 million works, says it has commenced. Procurement and land acquisition also in progress. That started already in 2025. Okay, Norwich is actually phase 1. The start point.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually Norwich, Tony. It says Ecosted sits at the very edge of that, which is so true, guys. We have to get out there. I also see a note here that's telling me that land near highway corridor in Portland rising as route complete.
So, of course.
Yeah, so even though I have given you my roadmap, so to speak, of what's coming and what it's telling you how I am looking at it and what I need to do. That's what the map is about, right? So yes, it starts as a matter of fact, when I looked at where they're taking the lands, it's right across the street from us. Mm-hmm. Exactly across the street from us. So I need to get out there to see if they have actually started breaking ground. I know Boundbrook Urban Center, 40% complete. Yes, that started and they're going. That's just literally steps from us as well. St. Thomas in progress. Part B, Harborview to Yallas Bridge. Under active construction, significant community disruption in Bull Bay. PM intervened directly with NWA and the Chinese ambassador. But I think that's sorted out now. Moran Bay Urban Center, that's also completed. Contracted, signed with China Harbor. China Harbor pretty fast. KFC moving already, so them complete. Clarendon, it's telling me Longville Meadows has started. I need to go out there and get a look at that. Bernard Lodge, 10,000 to 15,000 home city announced. PM officially recommitted to Bernard Lodge as planned. The city 10,000, 15,000 homes plus commercial facilities, guys, on southern St. Catherine Plains, defined as administrative legacy project. Surrounding St. Catherine corridor, anchor for a decade of population and commercial growth. Now, when Wickham, the Matalan family, had their big plan for Portmore, 10,000 houses were going in.
Mm-hmm.
Persons lined up at stadium to get those houses. Those newer houses were like 30,000, the quads. A lot of persons rejected them. No, we don't want that. Them the too little, da 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 da. Now we're looking at a quad for 12 million Jamaican dollars.
But persons rejected Catherine Estates too. Remember they were saying kitchen in your bathroom?
Yeah.
When that one was coming out?
Yeah, I wonder what it was about the one coming in Galina.
And we haven't gotten the square foot of the houses yet.
No.
They should be small though, based on the price.
Based on the price, yeah. But guys, this is another opportunity. Those of you younger than Tony and younger than me, this is the next windfall opportunity. Coming 10,000 coming down at Bernard Lodge in Portmore. Some persons scoffed at Portmore and to this day don't own a house yet, much less to buy 10.
Mm-hmm.
Do not scoff at it. If your name call under the NHT, go buy the house. When you see them send out the applications, go and apply for the property.
Yeah.
Do not sit around and say it's Portmore, you're not going. Me telling you, say, take a drive over Portmore and see what I want. Eh?
It's amazing.
Yeah, man, on a take a drive. The development is coming, it's happening faster than you can think, right?
What I liked is that back in the day, and I'm old enough to say back in the day, it used to be so difficult to get transportation. Now, as you step out anywhere in Portmore, there's a taxi,
Yes.
a bus, everything. I was like, wow.
And Tony, she love the JUTC bus there.
I know, I have a bus pass now, everyone.
You have a bus pass?
Amazing.
You have a bus pass. How much is it on the bus?
$50?
50 Jamaican dollars. You can literally jump on the bus and go joyride and tour.
Yeah, and if I have cash, I pay 100, but the card takes like $50.
$50, right. So now you have a bus pass. You're wise up.
And then what happened too is that because I have a bus pass, I now have access to the premium buses. And you see them pass by, but if you don't have a bus pass, sometimes you can't get on them.
What's the premium bus? What is premium bus?
The ones that charge you like, I think 170 or something like that to traverse. But it goes to places that it wouldn't normally traverse. So like I've been to the one where it goes straight from not Bernard Lodge. Where's that place called? Double Holding all the way up to halfway through, just a straight drive.
Just a straight drive, no stopping.
Right, and then I can pick up another one from New Kingston that's going back to Portmore.
Okay.
And there's one from Happy that goes straight to Spanish Town.
Wow.
So
you're a style man.
yes, I've been able to traverse
a
lot of places.
So if you want to know St. Andrew, Spanish Town, Portmore, I wonder if it goes St. Thomas.
Not sure.
Maybe a bus will go as far as Yalas. Need to check. You can literally jump on the bus, guys, with your kids and so on and learn the city, man. We've seen so many upgrades at Kim Manor's groundbreaking July 2025. They broke ground for this 700 acres over 4 years, hundreds of construction jobs, thousands of permanent logistics positions. So this is a commercial industrial land adjacent to CSAZ, warehousing, trucking, worker housing, all in demand. You're gonna have Westland projects, $80 million US, Kingston port expansion. We spoke about that earlier. That's gonna add hectares to Kingston Freeport, and they've started these already. I can see them working as I drive, right? In Kingston, remember government announced a new Parliament campus, the Kingston Harbour Walk. All of those are in place already. Washington Boulevard Bridge widening, that's in progress. So there's a little narrow bridge that will come to when we come to Washington Boulevard. Trying to remember what's there. Pembrokeshire. They're widening that because we have to come down to 2 lane and then we'll widen back to 3 lanes.
Oh yes, I know it.
So they have started to do what they need to do to get that done.
So they made a wider bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There's also supposed to be a road improvement, and this is all 2023 I'm talking about. So the dates there, guys. Remember. So the Washington Bridge widening plus Lady Musgrave and Arthurwin Drive. So they're supposed to be improving Lady Musgrave Road too. Tom Redcom and Arthurwin Drive. And the government fiber optic background being laid simultaneously. So you soon see them start dig up that. The Sandy Gully rehabilitation is supposed to be happening because the Sandy Gully is what is used to take the water that's coming off the hills. So when water fly down off of Stony Hill, Red Hills, and all of them places there, and I come down from the plains and Ligani, we would flood out if there was not those gullies.
Mhm.
Back in the day, my dad said to me, Bustamante government was the people who built the gullies. They used to call them gully government. Talk about everywhere them go, all them a do a build a gully. Well, see the gully them now, guys.
We needed it for Melissa.
Vision need execution, need the builder. So yes, back in the day, them say Bustamante was gully government. But see the gully them come save with us. Legally play no flood out. No. So they have to fix the Sandy Gully. That's that gold gully that run through the big gully named Sandy Gully.
But I'm thinking about it, Mom. As a leader, and I guess head of families and head of governments, you really have to be able to think very far in the future.
Yes.
Because when Gully government was building all these gullies, and you're thinking, I'm gonna spend all this money and infrastructure and time and energy just to move water.
Yep.
Right? And then they decide that yes, this is what we're gonna do.
Obviously,
Obviously,
what we have to do.
They did not see Melissa coming.
No.
But they had the foresight to know that we need to prepare for a disaster that could possibly happen.
And maybe they had some floodings. And just imagine the roads would have been inundated with water and all of that.
Yeah.
So they would have probably had seen it. But to really undertake the task of building these gullies, that is no easy thing, you know. Have you seen the gullies?
I know.
Major
Imagine the amount of land people have to give up to build those
gullies. Yeah. So over the years, though, the gullies I've noticed have a lot of silt, serious dirt and big tree and all fridge and So I guess the government is now gonna go through rehabilitate the gullies.
First, they're asking, what's the name of this website? You want to tell them it's not a website? It's your personal creation, Mom.
Not a website.
Not a website.
This is me dreaming it and executing it because I want to map this thing so that, because I'm in investment group, so I want to map this thing so that I know where I'm going. I know. Basically, I don't know where I'm going, but I know where the government is going. That's what I want to know.
If you know where your government is going, you can know where you need to go or not go.
Yeah, exactly. But piggyback off of them, right? But just ride you upon them skirt tail.
Knowledge is power.
Right. So.
But I'm going to find a way to get this online for everyone. I just need to, I guess, ask the AI how to get it online.
How to figure it out.
Yeah.
I was thinking of putting it on my website as a link. And they could link. You should be able to do that.
Yeah, maybe.
You put it as a link, and then when they want to know, they go on it. So
Yeah.
maybe put it on the development page so that they can click on it. And then so as I update it, they will have the updated info.
Yeah, that sounds doable.
All right. So this is the things that are already entrenched in play. Now let's look at the opportunities now beyond the law. What are your opportunities now, guys? So Norwich is 4 years. Port Antonio bypass was approved in 2022, plan 2023, procurement 2024 to 2025, construction started 2026 at Norwich Ecostate. Buyers today buy at the start of construction, not before it or after it. The window to buy before completion is now. So if you wait So we have actually started selling Norwich. Can I tell you? But it's a soft push. I haven't done the full push yet. So if you go on the Norwich website, we're right across the street from where we start. So the site is actually called ecostatedevelopment.com.
Yeah.
Right? And I think you can click from it from here too. ecostatedevelopment.com. We're gonna have some lot selling. You see the lot size, lot price. You see everything is there. We may not sell the whole of the scheme now. It would suit us to only sell a part of it, and then. Plus, we're also going to be doing seniors housing, and we're also going to be doing tiny houses as well. So if you really don't want to buy land to build, but really and truly, if you have the land now, you will have an exponential growth. Once the place look pretty, people, the price just go up. Because demand, everybody's rushing it and wants it, right? So that's Norwich. Innswood, 3 budgets in a row. So you have Bernard Lodge City announced in 2023. That's coming. Caymanas Check announced 2023. They broke ground in 2025. And you have the Greater Innswood named 2026 as the next master community. So Palmetto, Pines, and Villanova right in that belt. Private gated entry point at the intersection of 3 years of continuous government commitment. So that entire St. John's Road, those of you crying about flooding and this and that, that's gonna be history. As I keep telling you, if you wait for the cranes to go up and the cranes to come down, Tony, did you upload yet the new videos and pictures for Palmetto? When are you gonna do that? Today or tomorrow? Tomorrow. So Palmetto Pines, we're gonna update the website. Tell them where we are now.
So currently along the main road in Palmetto, water is in, and they've now done the what's that called? Marl up to level.
The sub base,
right? Then along that now the front is waiting on water line. So those are 2 roads parallel to the
Road 8 and Road 10,
right? They're slated to get water.
This week, they put it in the lines.
Yeah, this week. And then they will get sub-road, right? Currently around the back, they are finishing up the drains / sidewalk along there. And there was one small road that needed to get sewage. That has now gone in last week.
Lateral sort of sewage. Okay. Yeah. All right. So Palmetto Pines. We are moving. Those of you who believed in the dirt, who did not wait to buy dirt, but you buy dirt and wait. Big up. Yeah, understand the homework.
Yeah, because we're now getting to that finish line with Palmetto.
And since then, the prices have gone up. All right, so Discovery Bay 2023 budget, seamless North Coast, North, South, East, West highway connectivity 2026 budget. So Discovery Bay confirmed as the western terminus. Riverstead buyers lock in pre-confirmation land in one of Jamaica's most scenic bays. So Riverstead, is going to be right there, right? We have Riverstead is just in planning stage, parish council stage, but on my website you can register your interest in St. Anne. So that's one of the areas that the development is coming. So get yourself positioned. Ocho Rios, 3 years of highway momentum. So 30-kilometer North Coast expansion announced. Miami Bay interchange confirmed. So Crest Haven is another development that I'm bringing, which is at Breadnut Hill. We have already gotten our approvals for that. Completed. So they gave me the paperwork last month. I say, yes, you're good to go. So that one is land, house, apartments, or strata. Seniors housing. That's what it is. So that's where those of you who know where Breadnut Hill is, some persons will have some view to there, some views there. Crescent that Brandon Hill captures a hillside premium that always emerges above a highway connected tourism hub. If you're a walker like Tony, you can walk to Ocherios from Breadnut Hill. If you're a non-walker like me, you have to jump in your car or your bicycle, right, Tony? Not happening. Trelawney, however, Westmoreland and St. Elizabeth, the 50% transfer tax for 2 years right now is a direct closing argument for every person hesitating to buy. Tony, we need to go look at these parishes. Trelawney, Hanover, Westmoreland, and St. Elizabeth. If I had to choose one, which would it be?
Oh, so these are the parishes affected by the hurricane?
Yeah, that they're giving a 2%.
Well, I guess
1%
the
transfer
one we'd be
tax.
looking at would be Trelawney.
I think so, why?
Yeah.
Look at Trelawney.
Because the road improvements in St. Anne is going to directly affect Trelawney.
Yeah. The improvements in Montego Bay, will it affect Trelawney? Yes. More expansion, but they're more directly in Mobay, trying to widen up the corridors for the tourism and so on. All right. NHD acceptance has been consistently powerful, nice, since 2023. Every budget confirming NHD mortgage availability. So Villanova, Palmetto Pines, and NHD. So it's telling me that time to make sure I get to the NHT. So I'm supposed to be doing something also on NHT, showing you the benefits and putting it interactive for you to say, you can click here, click here. Okay, where you reach?
I'm gonna go
into the break.
Segment.
Yeah, man. No more waiting. We are move now. Them say them broke, so them not start. See the price and them get dark. Mind lock them afraid for the market. Never know say your system start. You no need to reach to begin. Just strategy to win. From you know where you qualified for. Your foot already in. For them a watch pan sideline. While and price a climb. Them want perfect same time. Now them late and miss time. Start small, build it fast. Every move, adopt cash. From your step, on the ladder. Next level come quick, no pass. Buy what you can afford now. Step in the game, no style now. Start small, level up fast now. Build wealth, make it tall now. Pre-approve, know your price now. Map tell you where you stand now. No more talk, action now. Real estate, we are run down. No more waiting, no more excuses. Start where you are and build from there.
All right, everyone. This is a segment Ask the Realtor, so you can start putting your questions in the chat. We have one question so far. Kelly wants to know where can she get land for 3 million? She says it's so hard to find land for 3.5 million.
Galina, I guess.
You mean the NHD? Yeah, at that price point, it would be government that would be selling properties
At that price.
right? Just like how when they did Cherry Gardens in Spanish Town, and those were in the 3 million price range as well.
Only NHT. Only it's difficult for developers to sell at that price. I mean, to develop a land is 6 million per lot. It's a cost, so it's difficult.
Not only that, so they've paid money to purchase the land.
Yeah.
So, and then spend another 3 million to develop it. They can't sell it for 3.5.
Another 6 million for develop it, you mean? But have you checked? Tony, check if you have. Do we have anything? I don't think so. And what parish is this we're talking about? That's the other thing. What's the parish?
Kelly, what parish are you thinking about?
And we have to understand what Parish is saying. We have to understand that so the thing
No,
is,
Kelly hasn't said anything as yet.
once the development comes, the prices go up. Once the roads start to look pretty, the prices will move, guys. That's just the bottom line. You cannot escape that. So you really have to just move quickly on anything that you see. You have to move quickly. 3 million NHG giving 5 million, you should consider up your budget. Financing for at least 5 million.
No. Let me see.
What's the cheapest land in Jamaica now on the system? I thought we were cheap at 6.8 now.
928,000, but that's up in a hilltop.
Oh, these are the ones up under the rocks, throwing them up in a.
Yeah, I don't think it's that accessible.
No, it's not.
Not for a regular person. After that, it would be Hummingbird Avenue in Clarendon for 4 million. Just came on the market.
4 million.
Yeah.
Consider upping your budget to about 5 million. Not going to find land for 3 million now. Those days are gone.
Kelly's-
Well, not gone quite, but you have NHD coming in at 3.8, was it? Right. So you have to up your budget.
Kelly was saying anywhere in Spanish Town or around Spanish Town.
Spanish Town. Check Spanish Town, I see. Are they seen on screen? Not yet. Tony's gonna check. The cheapest we have in Spanish, we had 6.5 that gone. We had 6 million too. So you could have used your NHD, pay down $1 million, or both of your join and you only pay 300,000. But 6.8, and that's because the value came in at 6. Even me myself was surprised.
Cheapest in St. Catherine is coming out at 6 million, and that's Linstead. And then somewhere called Macatree.
And that's where Macatree's were. Same Linstead?
I'm not sure. I think the area is Macatree.
Okay.
And then somewhere called Shenton for 6.8. Shenton looks nice.
Shenton look nice. It's a new scheme.
Maybe not new, but
No, so the roads are new. Shenton.
you see where Shenton
Where is it? Just come by the market. How much you said it was? 6.8?
It's somewhere off Linstead bypass.
Okay.
Kelly wants to know, will NHT give me 5 million?
Yes.
Once your salary can cover it.
Once your
yes.
salary can cover it, go onto your NHT portal. So remember, everybody, NHT have a portal. So it's called NHT Online. Just type it in Google, NHT Online. If you have never been on a portal, you're gonna register. Email address and password. You get something back in your email. So Tony, explain to them how it works.
How what works?
NHT Online portal. What they get back in the email, what they should do.
Right. So when you first sign up with your email address, password, the NIS number and the TRN number and the ID, I think, then you register. Then you're gonna get an email that says you need to verify the email. Once you verify that, you're able to log in. Now, if everything's hunky-dory, then you will be able to see your NHT eligibility letter to print or download it or email it to someone. Usually that's not the case. Usually you get a message that says you need to be verified. And once that happens, you need to either go to the NHT office and find out what exactly needs to be verified. Usually it's something like there's an incorrect spelling of your name on an ID that they have, or an ID has expired, or sometimes a little bit more serious. your employer did not send over your NHT contributions, right? So you need to be verified.
That one is serious.
Yes.
So,
So usually you can solve it by just sending an email at wecare@nht.gov.jm. Ask them that you made the application, you signed up, sorry, you're asked to be verified. You need to know exactly what needs to be verified, and they'll send you an email to let you know exactly what, or if you actually need to come into the office today. But it's pretty simple. Pretty simple.
all right. So, up your budget, NHT is giving you 5 million. If it's two of you join together, NHT gives you 7 million. So you can buy. You can buy a Palmetto Pines. You can buy a Villanova. You can buy. What you cannot buy, where you can't buy land right now is in Portmore.
Yeah.
I was shocked. Portmore.
Portmore have city Kingston prices now.
Scheme land is 15 million. Oh, Tony. That's why you got back as Spanish town. You can't afford Portmore.
No.
And I mean, these are just scheme lots. Literally residential lots, guys. 15 million in Portmore.
But when you think about it,
and the lots are
especially
small.
on that stretch where all the fancy plazas are,
Yeah.
a lot on that road has now gone up in price because of those plazas.
Yes.
I mean, you didn't do anything to your land, but the commercial people did something. So
Wow.
right in there, you have the value right there.
And round on Cedar Grove side, you know, KFC gone up there now. I see Popeyes look like them come on the stretch.
Really?
Yeah, I think I see Popeyes come right beside KFC.
And KFC was already on the corner.
They're in the corner, but Popeyes will come right beside them. Or Wendy's. One of those franchises.
Okay.
And you know, across the street is Cedar Grove.
Mhm.
The land price them shoot through the sky.
Yeah.
Guys, don't wait to buy dirt. Buy dirt and wait. And when you buy dirt, you have no tenant issue or no. All you do is pay a little property tax. You're good to go. All right. Any more questions?
Eva Bars was asking if any hosts in Portmore selling.
Well, there's a house in Portmore selling. We have one right now for 32 million in Phoenix. You have anything else in Portmore?
We have a Westport.
We have Westport, 15 million. Westport is going back at cooperative though. You can't go upstairs, but you can't go back and forward. So you would need to ask me for that. I usually send it to you anyway once we're talking about Westport. You have any more questions?
No, there's actually no more questions. Even though usually when you say this, because I don't have any more questions, you're gonna see like 2 or 3 questions pop up right after.
You should probably check back in your history and see if there was anybody who asked something that we didn't pick up on.
No, we were mostly answering them as we went through.
So I can go home early today.
Well, we're gonna give the allotted 5 minutes extra.
Now is the time to buy what? A lot for subdivision in one of the areas that we'll be getting. Yeah, which one?
Okay, so here's a question. Sophia says, "Good day, ladies. Please check out for me. Someone told me she called NHT about the Colbeck unit and was told because doesn't live there, she have to on the open market."
Because she doesn't live in Colbeck?
Because she
doesn't live in Jamaica or in Colbeck. Live there where? Well, maybe NHT's algorithm is only giving persons who live either in the area or live in Jamaica, correct?
Yeah.
If you live overseas, it might be tricky for you to get an NHT. You're on a voluntary
so Sophia
contribution.
says in Jamaica.
Yeah. You're on a voluntary contribution, right? So it may be tricky for you to get an NHT. The NHTs for, quite frankly, guys, NHT houses are for low income earners.
No, but I understand the concept if this is what NHT is trying to say. Remember, NHT is to provide first-time home for persons in the island of Jamaica. So if you're overseas and you're contributing voluntary to Jamaica. It means you live somewhere else permanently, right? And the NHT is just voluntary that you're doing, right? So yes, I can understand you'd only have access to the non-NHT
schemes, the open house schemes,
the open house market schemes.
Yeah, so you have access to your 9 million, you have access to 12 million to 11 million to build, 9 million for house. You have access to that. So use that and buy something on the open market.
Right, because I can do understand too. I mean, NHT takes forever and a day to build these houses. I mean, their waiting list of actual Jamaicans in the country who need somewhere to live is already overrun. Even if they have able to clear everyone off that list, there's new people coming on every day.
Yeah.
They're not going to be able to keep up to the fact where they can then give to persons who are overseas. It's just not in the cards for them to do that.
No, but you're contributing because you want the cheap interest.
Yeah.
The 5% interest.
And you have access to that within 12 months.
And you have easy access to it within 2 years, I think.
2 years. Okay, so 2 years for overseas person.
For volunteers. Yeah.
All right, so we have another question. Cheryl wants to know, any idea why Jamaican banks don't offer fixed interest rates?
Because they're a bank. Remember, Jamaica is a up and down country, now up and down, up and down. They want to be able to move the interest rate like that, going up. But you see, when it must come down, hell and powders. You have to write to them. So if you notice the interest rates have gone down, everybody, write to them and ask them to reduce the interest rate. I've done that and they do it. But you have to make sure what they do, they tend to sometimes they will drop your interest rate, but they want to extend the time when you have to pay. Ridiculous. Or they don't keep your payment at the same.
Yeah.
So if they drop the interest rate and keep your payment at the same, over time you will pay less if you're paying the same monthly.
Right.
Because you know your interest rate has fallen, more money is contributed to the principal. Right? But that's not in their best interest, everybody. Remember, the bank have them own best interest at heart. The bank is for the bank.
And not only that, too, Jamaica is small, so yes, there are a lot of banks, but there's still not a lot of banks. So they can collude, basically, and just keep the interest rate fluctuating for their benefit.
I think the government right now begging them to drop the rate. Begging them. But you see, the government is your fault. Because it's you raise up the interest rate. Talk about you want cool inflation. And a government raise up interest rate first. Talk about you want to cool down inflation. We have too much money chasing goods. So you fly up the interest rate. The banks fly up interest rates too. Of course, it did cool the inflation because less persons are able to qualify for the loans that they would want. But you stifle your own demand. You understand? You stifle your own demand. So the government, they have now reduced the interest rates, but the banks haven't followed suit. But not yet anyway. Love our interest rates.
So we have a final question because we're at the 12 o'clock mark. Eve wants to know, what is the monthly service charge for the scheme in Portmore for 32 million? Monthly service charge, is that the mortgage?
Service charge, talking about this, the maintenance charge. I don't know, but I'm sure it's gonna be anywhere from maybe 10 to 15,000.
I don't think so.
You think it's less?
Phase
Let us
3
say
pay
7,
6,000,
so pay 6,000.
Yeah.
So maybe anywhere from 7,000 to 10,000. There?
maybe.
Okay. And Tony, does that have on, you have that on your YouTube, right? Yeah. It's out there already, guys. It's on YouTube. You can look it up. So, guys, as you can see, this government is not waiting on you. We're just not waiting on you. With the infrastructure expanding, as I said, when the cranes go up and the crane come down, make sure you have a chair. If you don't have a chair when the crane come down, you ever play musical chairs? When the music stop, you're without a chair, you're going to be up the creek without a paddle. The ships have already started to sail. Some persons are agile enough and can still get on a ship. Some persons will not be able to get on a ship because they waited too long. Don't let that happen to you. This reminds me of when my previous boss's dad said to me he bought a lot in Havendale. Nobody never want to buy the place I put up at Havendale because it was a walk-foot bridge. You see, when the road bridge come and people could have now drive go over the bridge reaching a Havendale, it was all over. Who wasn't in there before couldn't get in there again. Right?
And look at Havendale now.
And look at Havendale now. You still have lots in there. Now we have some serious skyscrapers up in there.
Yeah.
And the little 1 acre lot.
Cheryl believe they should have at least offer fixed rates. They say, for example, someone has a high credit score, or if you're putting down a substantial down payment when getting a mortgage.
Don't forget that the banks here are monopolies. As Tony said, them all work same way.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not like the States where you have a lot of banks or you have a lot of choices, you don't. So the question is, will you ride this wave that is going to happen now? Or that is happening, that has started. Will you ride this wave or are you going to wait till all of the skyscraper them up? I remember I used to walk in a New Kingston. We used to play football on the land there. No land that's in New Kingston, I ever play football now. Every land is a building now.
Yeah, I do remember when I used to go to that little prep school, Emancipation Park was where we had our sports. So we didn't have any field or anything. That's where we practiced.
Right. And look at it now. Just look at it now.
And back in your day, it was horses, right?
Well, the whole New Kingston was a hard, not my day. That was before my day. But the whole New Kingston was a racetrack. Right? So this government serious, guys. Them have the money, them have the vision, and them have the Chinese. Game changer.
Yeah.
Before, we never have the money. We may have had the vision. Give them credit for that. But we never have the money. And we never had the builders. Because remember, our engineers and all them top people, they run Ghana foreign.
Yeah.
Right? So therefore, now we have the money, we have the builders in the Chinese, and them Chinese are built like boom, 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 boom. Before you blink, the building gone up. Like when I'm watching in now. Tony. Jeez. Hen and Fifth. That's the name of the company. Hen and Fifth.
We drive there like once a week and the improvements that happen within the week.
Within the week, I'm like, the building is up. These people.
This other one that we pass, and I'm like, they're putting windows? Like, where am I
doing? Guys, Hen and Fifth, they're the ones doing the one down in Galina. So you're going to see how fast this come up. Boom, boom, boom. Tony, we need to do a project with Hen and Fifth. They seem to be the company to go with.
No, they're fast.
They're fast. All right, guys. And thank you for Hen and Fifth for coming into Jamaica and making this a serious reality for us. Serious reality. We just don't have the big developers. We have Gore and we have Matalan, but them alone can't move at the pace.
Not only that, too, they're working on their projects.
Yeah. And don't forget Matalan gave us Portmore, which was good. 10,000 houses. Right? But everybody, thank you so much for being here today. I hope you learned something. Tony's going to try and get this link on the site so that you can see it, you can look at it, dissect it, see where things going, and make decisions for yourself. All right? Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Have a good Sunday.
Tony, Sunday dinner, where is it?
Huh?
Where is Sunday?
Yo, man.
Yes, that's Richard.
No more waiting.
She's the one who's gonna...
We are move now. Them say them broke, so them not start. See the price and them get dark. Mind lock them afraid for the market. Never know say your system start. You no need to reach to begin. Just strategy to win. From you know where you qualify for. Your foot already. For them a watch pan sideline. While and price a climb. Them want perfect same time. Now them late and miss time. Start smart, build it fast. Every move, adopt cash from your step. on the ladder. Next level come quick, no pass. Buy what you can afford now. Step in the game, no style now. Start small, level up fast now. Build wealth, make it tall now. Pre-approve, know your price now. Map tell you where you stand now. No more talk, action now. Real estate, we are run down.
Call us.
No more waiting, no more excuses. Start where you are, and build from there.
Bye, everyone.